From the blood-soaked battlefields of ancient times to the high-stakes showdowns of empires, history is filled with warriors who defied the odds and carved their names into legend. Today, we journey through time to uncover the 10 greatest warriors in human history. Ready for battle? Let's begin. Throughout history, certain warriors have emerged whose names echo through the ages, figures whose valor, skill, and unyielding spirit carved their legend into the fabric of human memory. Their stories inspire, intrigue, and remind us of both the heights of human potential and the shadows of ambition and fate. Let us journey across continents and centuries to encounter 10 of the greatest legendary warriors the world has ever known. In the timeless mists of Greek mythology, the legend of Achilles stands out among all others. Born of the sea nymph Thetis and the mortal Peleus, Achilles was fated to be mighty from the very beginning. As the stories tell, his mother dipped him into the river Styx, granting him invulnerability, save for the heel by which she held him. It is in Homer's Iliad that Achilles takes center stage, a demigod unmatched in battle, possessed by a rage and prowess that no mortal could withstand. He rampaged across the plains of Troy, his spear swift, his heart volatile. Yet behind this almost divine strength lay the essence of tragedy. A man destined for greatness whose single vulnerability would become the symbol of all human frailty. The death of Achilles, brought about by a fateful arrow to that very heel, turned his life into legend. His story became the very model for heroism, and its price. Centuries after sung tales of Achilles faded, another young man would ascend to glory, not as a demigod but as a mortal who shattered the boundaries of possibility. Alexander of Macedon, remembered as Alexander the Great, assumed his father's throne when he was not yet 20. Fueled by intellect, audacity, and boundless ambition, he launched a conquest without equal. From the sun-baked plains of Persia to the edges of India, Alexander's legions marched under his banner, toppling empires, uniting kingdoms, and blending cultures. His battles, Granicus, Issus, Gaugamela, are still studied for their tactical brilliance, as Alexander bent the chaos of battle to his will. Though his reign was brief, Alexander's impact endured. His empire bridged east and west, his legend ignited the imagination of generations, and his name remains a synonym for conquest. Far to the east, in feudal Japan, another warrior walked the lonely path of martial mastery. Miyamoto Musashi, the enigmatic Ronin, crafted his own legend one duel at a time. From his teenage years, Musashi strode from battlefield to battlefield, winning more than 60 duels, often with nothing but a wooden sword against steel. His life was a wandering search for perfection, ceaseless travel, brutal self-discipline, and an unbreakable focus. Yet, Musashi was more than a swordsman. His philosophy, articulated in the Book of Five Rings, revealed the underlying harmony of combat and life. His teachings have influenced not only samurai but also strategists and seekers of all kinds. Musashi became the embodiment of the perfectly honed spirit, his name synonymous with both deadly skill and profound wisdom. If strategy had a face, it would be that of Genghis Khan, the Mongol storm. Emerging from the windswept steppes, he transformed a divided people into an unstoppable force. With remarkable vision and ruthless effectiveness, Genghis Khan built the largest contiguous empire the world has ever seen, stretching from the Pacific coast to the heart of Europe. His armies swept over lands like a living tempest, employing tactics that would revolutionize warfare for centuries: mobility, psychological warfare, and relentless discipline. Kingdoms trembled at the whisper of his name, yet Genghis was also more than a conqueror. He was a lawgiver, a unifier, and a creator of cultures. His legacy, both terrible and transformative, endures in the histories, languages, and societies touched by his passing. In medieval France, a different kind of warrior arose, not from noble birth or a martial tradition, but from visions and unyielding faith. Joan of Arc was only a teenager when, guided by divine voices, she convinced the Dauphin to let her lead armies against the encroaching English during the 100 Years' War. Clad in armor, she rallied dispirited troops, shattered sieges, and reversed the course of a war that had seemed all but lost. The courage and conviction of the Maid of Orleans inspired not just her contemporaries, but generations to come. Captured and condemned, Joan paid for her defiance with her life. Yet, her legacy of faith, patriotism, and indomitable spirit would lift her to sainthood and enduring renown. Within the shadowy arena walls of ancient Rome, Spartacus became the symbol of explosive defiance. Once a gladiator forced to fight for entertainment, he broke his chains and led a revolt of slaves that shook the Roman Republic to its core. Through daring raids, rapid movement, and raw charisma, Spartacus and his followers confounded the legions sent to destroy them, winning victory after victory. Though ultimately overwhelmed by Rome's might, Spartacus's insurrection remains a potent reminder that even the lowliest can ignite the flames of rebellion and challenge the seemingly invincible. From Carthage, Rome's greatest rival, came Hannibal Barca, a general whose audacity and genius terrified the ancient world. With a calculated audacity unmatched in his time, Hannibal led his army, including war elephants, across the ice-laden Alps into Italy. He wrought devastation at Trebia, Lake Trasimene, and Cannae, masterminding some of history's most brilliant tactical victories. For years, Rome trembled under his onslaught. Though he would be forced in the end to retreat, Hannibal's name became synonymous with bold innovation and relentless pursuit, his strategies dissected by military minds to this very day. Not all warriors were men. In ancient Britain, Boudica arose as queen and avenger. After suffering brutal injustices at the hands of Roman occupiers, she united a multitude of Celtic tribes and led an uprising that set Roman Britain ablaze. Her fury on the battlefield was legendary, her presence electrifying tens of thousands to rise against oppression. Though her revolt was ultimately crushed, the story of Boudica's courage, resilience, and leadership became an enduring symbol of resistance and the enduring power of a determined woman. In the Highlands of Scotland, William Wallace kindled a fire for freedom that would not be extinguished. A charismatic leader and master of guerrilla tactics, Wallace commandeered a ragtag band of Scots to strike blow after blow against English domination. His exploits at Stirling Bridge became the stuff of legend, defying overwhelming odds through cunning and passion. Though Wallace met a brutal end, his yearning for liberty inspired a nation, his name forever etched into Scots' identity and memory. Finally, in feudal Japan, another woman strode into legend, Tomoe Gozen. Known for her striking beauty, formidable intelligence, and unmatched swordsmanship, Tomoe fought alongside the samurai in a world that rarely made room for women on the battlefield. Stories tell of her leading charges, besting warriors twice her size, and holding her own against the era's greatest foes. Tomoe Gozen's life became a testament to both individual brilliance and the truth that heroism knows no gender. Across ages and continents, these legendary warriors rose from humble origins, lofty stations, oppressive chains, and extraordinary circumstances alike. Their stories are woven deep into the tapestry of humanity, a chorus of unyielding will, unmatched prowess, and undying legend. They stand as timeless icons, reminding us that greatness is born of courage, forged in adversity, and remembered in the tales we pass down, generation after generation. These warriors weren't just fighters. They were symbols of courage, leadership, and resilience. Their stories continue to inspire even centuries later. Which one do you think was the greatest of them all? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more historical deep dives.